It's this is so silly about the colorism. I'm glad we're talking about this. Now, by Janet Jackson, how much I think I'm charged this phone, hoping don't die on me. Okay. With Janet Jackson situation by Brown. Now I didn't see the whole entire, movie. I don't have cable. I seen clips. But I remember reading, hearing about Janet rejecting Bobby because Joe Jackson didn't want a dark skinned man to marry in the family. And then now this colorism about Whitney Houston, the woman who's playing Gabrielle, whatever her name is, she's playing Whitney Houston. She's a little darker, not dark, but like a little darker than Whitney. And people say she's too dark. I don't see her nothing wrong with the color. I do see the facial features. That's the most important thing. I look at the facial features because I don't see her playing Whitney Houston. She remind me of the sister that played in Players Club and the brown skin, kind of camel skin woman, who was what she was doing. She hold on. She was the one who was okay. She was the one that was going was remember the one that got raped? That Lisa Ray's cousin sister in the movie. Okay, well, anyway, um, Whitney Houston, the one who played this remind me of, I forgot her name. Who played? She also played in the movie. What's that place? The not Brewster Place. It's the Mary Thomas. Isaiah Thomas' mama or Afro Woodard. Which I like that story because it's about a Catholic family in the African American community in Chicago. Remember they played Isaiah Thomas' sister? She played in that. But I remember back in 89, 1990 when I saw that story, okay? Before I even come actually did. And actually, what I'm saying, it inspired my conversion as well. What I'm saying, when I saw the Mary Thomas movie back when I was a little kid, Isaiah Thomas' story. After Wood did a good job playing her. Now, what I want to bring up is that the whole Jan Jackson. This is a lot of things. I'm waiting for Miss Janet to respond to this. I don't think too much that she was a colorist. You know what I'm saying? I do see that her image looks different, and she does tan her skin tone. She wasn't a dark skinned woman, just like Michael Jackson was not dark skinned either. However, with Joe Jackson, folks not looking at this situation. James DeBarge, who's way lighter than Janet, okay, who is passed for Hispanic, but he's part black and French American. DeBarge is the white man. That's the daddy, okay? And the mother was darker. Then she got Native American in her too. Okay, I think I read. Well, anyway, she dark. She still be mixed. She's from here. Okay. He was on drugs, which caused Janet and James to divorce. Okay. Remember, Joe didn't want James DeBarge to marry Janet. They ran something remind me of Selena, and it's weird because both the Jackson and the Kennedy family are Jehovah's Witnesses. Yes, Selena's Kennedy family were Jehovah's Witnesses, and so is are Jehovah's Witnesses, and so is the Jacksons. Well, so the kids change religions, and Jane doesn't do organized religion or whatever. However, the dads are very protected. Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson pushed his kids to get out the hood. The Kennedys pushed, Abraham pushed his kids to get out the body of hood. It's similar. They was tough, you know, and Joe Jackson was very tough on his girls. He had three girls. Abraham would say Papa Latin, Papa Joe. Latin would remind me of Abraham Quintanilla was very tough on Selena, very protective. He got, saying he got mad at Chris Pettis, you know what I'm saying? And so it seemed to me, I can see it similar to Selena and Janet Jackson. They were very protected by their dads, okay? Because folks don't know, back in the 80s, Janet and James left. Los Angeles and ran. I think she was 18 years old, but still controlled by Joe. Ran to Las Vegas, and got married. And yeah, that's what happened because because he didn't want her, and Bob Brown is darker than both of them, and James had a drug problem. Remember, Robert, is it Bobby? Not Bobby Brown, which is Robert DeBarge, which they call Bobby, the one who made to fame before the rest of the bars. Folks did not know, and everybody found out that Robert was bisexual. That's the one who died just like a couple days before my birthday. Let's y'all. Bobby DeBarge died the same day that Aretha Franklin died back in '95, before my 16th birthday on August 16th. Bobby, I get all emotional about this. Bobby DeBarge, which is Angela Bassett and Madonna's birthday, both born August 16th, 1958, died the same day. And weird now, a couple years later on, Aretha Franklin died. I know Elvis died too, this 1977. Okay, 2 years before I was born. Okay, but that is weird. It's very weird. Bobby, they said Bobby was going both ways and prostituting too, and he had shared needles. And well, that's I heard later on in life. I did see a song, but I remember them mentioning he was on downloading like that. But I think they said, remember later on they said the members were scared of the people coming to go see Bobby besides drugs because there was for I heard someone told me that talking about not Bobby Brown, Bobby DeBarge, which is Robert DeBarge. Okay, that's the oldest child. Remember he had the afro, curly afro. He was real light skinned, um, and he was abused. And then they said Bobby also physically abused the rest of the they had a childhood, a very bad childhood, and it was the white man, and I cannot stand that the Barge dad. I cannot stand Papa Barge. I don't like that bastard. Scheme from it. Fuck him too. Okay, just like Joe Jackson. Anybody who abused him too. Not only did he abuse him about the daddy, that was the white man. He sexually abused, and I'm assuming he sexually abused them too. Okay, because no, I'm not saying being bisexual would let you about go to that situation, but the drugs and then the sex stuff comes involved because folks know James DeBois right after Dr. Drew, when him and Bonnie and the other boys, bro, they was all doped up, looked at ratchet. They came out the hood, looked at damn ass ratchet on that show. Okay, and I was shocked because on song on 2009, Bonnie, the daughter, she was all healthy, singing in church. You know what I'm saying? She was, I guess she was a draw and went back to, you know, and, Elder Barge, who's also my role model, Elder Barge was on crack. I didn't know that until he came with the song. He, saying, remember he was at the BET Awards, was it 2010 or 11? Had the rose like a Mexican, no offense, like a Mexican with that rose, was singing, saying he did a song with Faith Evans, they both, have white fathers. You know what I'm saying? Faith Evans' dad's Italian, okay? You know what I'm saying? So they did a song together. Is it called Second Chance? You remember? Okay, I don't forget this. Okay. And so I remember, I don't forget this. So, but folks understand, Joe Jackson didn't want James DeBarge to marry Janet because he was on drugs, and Janet wanted to rebel, and that's why. So, because I understand that rebellion moment, and I think that's why Whitney too, because she go to the street Baptist home, she wanted to rebel too. You know what I'm saying? And many of us, cause I came from strict, kind of strict religious home as well, want to rebel. I see that spirit in me. You know what I'm saying? And me and Whitney are both Leos, just like Angela and Madonna. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So, but Janet, what happened is, um, Janet, she already had a first husband, and her first husband they broke up because everybody said he was gay. Nobody said no. There wasn't even a topic at the time because he was on seeing to me only into women. What made him bisexual? Folks was on that crack to do anything. I heard stories about people selling their kids for crack, sleep with dogs for crack. I mean, really, y'all talking about people bestiality in a white neighborhood. I mean, crack. Everybody be addicted to crack, but in the cocoa black, we're not pure black. But you know what I'm saying? Cocoa Black neighborhood. That yeah, Santa Kid. Remember I told you when I was working in the Galleria area, back in 2000, as a file clerk and a sister of mine. She's clean. One about my complexion. Okay, I ain't trying to tell all her business. That's the one who had a white daddy, white baby daddy, who was like R. Kelly. Okay, but I'm talking about. Okay, that's her. I ain't mentioning. Homegirl, you watch this channel. I ain't met your dang. Okay. Anyway, okay. Recently we found out her baby daddy, the Texas State was giving him white privilege, making sure he don't get caught because he was 18 when he impregnated her back in '95. Okay. Anyway, point is, and tell her business. Anyway, 94, 95, yeah, around that time. He's still a grown ass man going with some young woman, okay, young teenage girl. Anyway, her friend and I don't forget this. Remember, I walked out the room. It's the same thing when I was at use my Wi-Fi, and I was taking care of business. I used the Wi-Fi public yesterday, and I was listening to Trey, the Notch, about the Houston man who had got his girlfriend pregnant. I mean, got her for HIV or AIDS with football AIDS. They both at the hospital. I had to turn off that because I started to move, and I showed some people saw me like, why is this dude acting crazy? Anytime I hear an AIDS story, it scared the hell out of me. Okay, so reason why I said that because back in 2000, when a homegirl told me her friend, this dark skinned sister, she had full blown AIDS because back in she's the same age as me, she's still living. Because back in the day, her mother was a crackhead. Okay, so prostitute her. It's remind me of him Alpha Wars. Remember Alpha Wars character when she played a crackhead? You saw on BET back in the day, the movie. It was one who was a drag queen. That's the one that died that Amorosa was going with and Latoya Jackson was. I don't know about it. That's the same brother or the other, whatever the brother played. He played a drag queen in the movie. Okay, well, Alpha War was trying to get her daughter in the movie to get sold, so she can get some crack. Okay, well that same thing happened to this woman. This woman, we both 21 years old. Time she was my homegirl was 22. Okay, her friend had full blown AIDS and was still sleeping around with people. I think she was some light skinned dude up there in Greensport. She told me I don't forget this story. And what happened is sister kind of darker than both of us, and kind of brown but a little darker. She wanted to quit, was get her fired and quit because he got into it with the ball. Okay, I'll never forget this because she's from Greenspoint too. She not from Greenspoint. She not even from Houston. She come down to Silver City. I want to buy who don't talk about. Anyway, well my home girl and this Asian girl who's Filipino. Okay, I forget. What happened is when they told me the story, I walked out. I had to go to the bathroom, start praying. Because I didn't want to hear stories like that. They said, why you act like that when you hear about it? Because what it was, the dark skinned homegirl who her mama, who's dead, who was a crackhead, either she died both crack or AIDS or both, who prostituted her daughter for crack, was sleeping around with this light, real high yellow brother. He had a girlfriend. His girlfriend was cheating on him. Ooh, she told me, I had to walk away because I don't hear stories about that. Well, same thing. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear about folks talking about that's the only happen with white people, no, no, no. I heard stories about folks on crack will do anything, sell their kids, sleep with dogs, yes, just to get some damn crack. That besides the Reagans, when they bought that cocaine, they did got satanic priests, and I'm not saying they did, but I heard when I was listening to Father Carape, y'all know he no longer a priest no more. He has that don't say with no kid. It was a woman that he was trying to go to. Remember, you gotta understand. Father Carape used to be a playboy before he became a priest. Okay, and he went and doing his talking on WTN. He mentioned, I'll never forget this, before he got kicked off of AWTN due to that scandal. He said he answered, I don't know why, but why did you leave the priesthood if you know what I'm saying? Yeah, anyway, y'all, I'm telling everybody up here. Anyway, Father Carape had said, like, I used to watch EW when I stayed with my grandmother, okay, in my room on Saturday nights. And I ain't like I like the fiery, but then I started to see like a prostate evangelical type imagery of him. And I'm an ex person. I didn't want to see that. Okay, But I remember, because I always agree with his messages, but he had a lot of good sermons. I remember he said when he used to be a playboy, a gigolo back in the day, he had money after he left the military, and I think he was on drugs too. He saw a satanic priest put cocaine, a hex. You know what I'm saying? So this is from the church is saying whatever. Put a hex on the drugs. So when whoever's selling them drugs, not only they selling the ingredients that's poisonous and addictive, but the spirit, you know what I'm saying, of it was demonic. And I remember he was saying that. Okay. So anyway, that's how I remember this, okay? So yes, whoever that Santana priest, whether a church or saint or some other Santana organization, some damn church out there, they voodoo, they hoodoo. Besides the stuff in it, they really get control because they got folks selling their kids. Yeah. So the reason I bring this up about Bobby, not Bobby, about Bobby, divorce, selling, going both ways. I don't think that originally he was that way until he got on crack. Okay, and same thing with his brother James, the boy who was one time Jan Jackson's husband. Yes, he was on that stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And after Dr. Drug, that when it was out, both him and Bonnie and the other brother was all looking like ratchet folks. You know what I'm saying? Not only white daddy did them wrong, abused them in sexual abuse, because what happened, Bonnie admitted on song that the daddy had sexual abused her, which I see why they was on drugs. Yeah, they were going to church every Sunday. No offense to the Protestant Pentecostal, but faith without, as we believe, faith without works is dead. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And I see that as an ex-Protestant myself, because I have Protestant members, family members who are Baptists, whatever, who got on crack on other stuff. They were always claimed by saying Jesus' name they were already fine. No, Whitney Houston is a side case of that. No, if you're not professing your faith and using works with it to get off of that stuff, you're not gonna get off of that drugs. And if you believe me, read James chapter 2, 24, 20, 26. The Bible don't lie. The devil is lie, but the Bible ain't lying. And maybe your interpretation of it, because St. Peter talked about in his second letter about that. But no, faith without works is dead. If you ain't trying to use works in your faith to get off of that stuff, you are not gonna get off of it. Okay, let's be real. Apply faith. Come on now, all right? Apply faith means faith works. Okay, so anyway, so I see why they relapse. I see that. I see when they was trying to not listen to secular music. You know, secular not all that bad, whatever. But in their interpretation, because because Ethylene was divorced. Their mama was a very strict Pentecostal. She had a devil influence with her husband. Okay, no, he abused her. You know what I'm saying? He abused his kids. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what let folks know. Y'all talking about getting a white man. No offense, I'm not saying interracial marriages are bad. I'm a mixed up person too. My background's African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, and name consent. But to all, just like y'all talk about the brothers, they white women thing happened to them. Same with sisters. You choose the worst white men, not all, but y'all be choosing the worst. So y'all choose the worst brothers, the thugs. You go with a white thug with money. You know, a thug down the street that's at the bottom, and a thug down who's way up, who got more power than the one who's the bottom. So I mean, it gets on my nerves that y'all have to do. No offense to Ethel DeBarge. This is a lesson to be learned. History needs. That's why I love history. Tells itself you need to choose your dates wisely. Don't be choose no white dude who do ghetto gagging. Don't be choose no brother who would thug and who leave you beaching and everything else. Y'all need to stop going after toxic men. Just call it like it is. Just like these men going after toxic women. You know what I'm saying? You know, even no offense, I'm not bringing chemistry in this thing, but I have to slightly agree. Brothers and sisters, whoever down in the Dominican Republic, stop dating them thoughts down there in the Dominican Republic. Okay, get you a good Dominican woman, because if I go overseas to get me a woman, because I can't get one here in the United States, and I know what race she is, well, get you a good woman. Don't be getting them thoughts. They don't do the thoughts in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling a brother that he was talking about I don't go with white women and Mexican women because he would date some thoughts, some badass thoughts of Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I go, why shouldn't go with a sister? We can go with an Asian woman after you leave that sister, or I can't go with black women no more. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look at the race. Look at the person, not at the race. You know what I'm saying? Stop dating bad people in relationships. Okay, and Janet, while her not going with Bobby, did a great choice. Not because he dark skinned, because his image not about to go there. Okay, I'm glad I brought that up while I'm speaking my mind. Now, in this situation with Bobby Brown, going you know what I'm saying? Bobby Brown bought into this. I understand he grew up in his mom used to sell crack. Okay, I understand that he did come from two-parent household. The dad left. Okay, all right. I understand that he from the projects. I understand, but when you see someone coming from projects like the Jacksons, because the Jacksons they from Gary, Indiana. Okay, I was happy for Bobby Brown when he was solo. Okay, and I like my private, you know what I'm saying? Because I do a street, I wanted to do what I wanted to do back 30. Don't give a damn, and be careful. We want nobody hear us cursing them grown, nobody get the switch out or whip, you know what I'm saying? Or scold you for using the word damn, okay? I remember at 9 years old, 30 years ago, 39, don't give a damn. Getting girls how I feel. I remember me and my cousin, you know what I'm saying? And my cousin, and I'm glad I brought to become a cousin on my great aunt, my other great aunt. Okay, God rest her. She died 10 years ago. Her grandson was a thug. Okay, have to be dark skinned, and I never forget my family saying you need to be rugged like him. We was kids, and yeah, my dad used to whip me for not being tough like him. You know what I'm saying? But later on, my other cousin, who was a little bit my complexion, but a little darker, and him, the one who's no longer here, who got killed due to him selling dope and into his business. Okay, um, him they turned against my dad. I'm glad they did that. You see how you're saying? So you know what I'm saying? And my dad used to whip me for not fighting, like not wrestling and stuff, trying to make me. But guess what? They both, one who's not here and one has records, being in and out of jail. He was in and out of jail, and I never forget. I was singing Bob Brown's song, the one who was rugged and was later on became the favorite because he fought into about his image. Okay, at because he was 8 years old. He born 1980. He's Sagittarius. I'm a Leo, born 79. Okay. My cousin, family would say, yeah, I like the fact he's thuggish, he ruggish. Not thug, he ruggish. And you know what I'm saying? He need to be more like him. But guess what? He became a thug. And he turned against my great aunt and her husband, my uncle, his own mama. I ain't trying to tell us all their business. They used to chain the dog on them. My grandma gonna talk about they should have whipped him. I'm not lying. It's just weird. They should have whipped him because her sister was not strict. You know what I'm saying? But she has professionals in her family. Her daughters, God rest her soul. Talking about my great aunt. That's the one who said I was a blessing. I turned 18. She was dark skinned, black, English, they American because they both had the same parents. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's one that said the same dad. His grandfather was straight hair and dark skin within. Okay, that's some time about my dad's side. Okay. She was a sweet woman. You know what I'm saying? I cried when she passed away. Okay. My great aunt was sweet, not precious. You know what I'm saying? Um, I love my great aunt. She the one who told me I turned 18. That's a blessing back in '97. Okay. And when I heard how he disrespected her, because she's a sweet woman, she don't raise her voice. Even at the wake back in 2008, they said it. She ain't raised her voice or none of that stuff. When that thug grandson of hers did, I go ahead, man. I wanted to kill that bastard. I mean, someone who's nice to me, I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna be rude to them. Now, someone who's just being rude, I understand. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's why you said how I felt about my grandma, her sister. Okay, but she was her sister. My great aunt was the nicest. Ooh, I love her to death. Okay, and when I found out her grandson did a lot of things to, oh no, I wanted to kill that bastard. I go ahead and admit I wanted to kill that bastard. Ain't no lie about that. Ain't gonna lie about that. Okay, ain't gonna lie about that. I want to kill that ass bastard. Okay, he became thug. Okay, but it's weird. 30 years ago, we were singing Bob Brown's song, and he didn't have no problem saying the word damn. He was 8 years old. And he said that. He said we both was in when we spent night. I would go spend night at his house. His grandparents, because the mom was at the grandparents' house, his mom, and it was my dad's first cousin. And I remember that Saturday morning, cause it was doing Halloween. Showed it at the Baptist church they were going to. They had a Halloween thing. I never forget. Sister, what's her name? Played a witch, real good, baby. I forget that. Back in the 80s. She played sister. I can't say her name. She played a witch. They at the Baptist church. They showed did. The preacher they had a Halloween thing in a haunted house in there, and sister, what's her name? She played a witch real good. Had me scared. I said, I don't care. I'm gonna go back over there. And then my cousin talking about he beat her up in the haunted house. He ain't beat that woman up. I know his lying ass. Anyway, point is, I don't forget that in and down there by in the north side, because the church is in the north. You trying to tell me all they be? They the north side. They from the north side. Anyway, the north side is what Trey. Yeah, he from Houston. He know exactly. We call it the north side. They're from the north side. So doing that in '88, I never forget. Doing Halloween, see, I never forget. So we spend night. I never forget. They had cookies, and I ate them. Shorty ate them chocolate chip. I don't forget those days.